Hello, glorious inner city backyard pond that I didn't even know existed. How the hell are you today? My name's Josh and I'm here to violate you. I was scouting on Google Maps and actually there was a house for sale that Boo and I were mildly interested in that has us in the backyard. We didn't get that house, we got a different house, but came down here and talked to some kids that were selling lures, bought some lures from them. They said I should give it a shot and there's big fish in here and I figured, what the hell, might as well listen to them. Sometimes kids know some things, sometimes they don't, so let's see. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. What's going on, you dirty old stash bags? It is me, and I am doing some pond fishing. And even though it's not a spillway, it does got a little fountain thing, and there is some water flowing in here. So in the summer, anytime I can find moving water, I'm gonna fish it because yeah, the fish kind of like it. But yeah, we're gonna kind of start with bass fishing. I'm gonna just do a lap with a jig. Water's super dirty, so I got a black and blue jig on and see if we can catch some bass. I also brought down a bluegill pole. I heard there's pretty big catfish in here, and yeah, maybe we'll do some panty fishing and then maybe some live bait fishing or maybe some cut bait fishing or something like that. But yeah, without further ado, let's give this a whirl. Stuffing things, but pow. How's it going? Pretty good. Glad it's not 100. Yeah, it's nice out. And it's not raining, even though we shouldn't jinx that because it's supposed to eventually. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I know we were too dry and now we're too wet, and then it can't make up its mind. Have a good one. Thanks. Thought I was getting kicked out, but I wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of in a backyard, but there's no sign saying no fishing, and the kids said I could fish here, so even if there was, I guess that's good enough, even though I'm not sure if kids are responsible enough to make decisions like that, but we'll see. Really, really dirty. I wish I had a frog, but we'll try to make this work. We do have a popper. Still have my popper tied on from the whitey fishing that we could give a try as well. But for now, I'm just gonna beat this jig into some rocks and see what we can't find. I think a frog would work really well though under these under this duckweed, but we don't have a frog, so no point in talking about it. Just do a quick little pitch where this water's coming in. Supposedly there is some 5-pound bass in here, so I don't think I've caught any of those this year. I haven't really tried, but it'd be nice to catch a 5-pounder. Main goal though, well, if the bass fishing sucks, main goal is to try to catch a catfish. So that's the plan. Let's do it. Just gonna kind of drag this along and occasionally swim it and twitch it and stuff and see if we can't get it in front of one. There's definitely some panty fish floating around, so I don't think catching bait will be too hard. I say that though, and then it will be hard, but seems to be a lot of activity from the panties. I'm excited though. I don't ever get to fish new places, and I really haven't fished any new ponds lately, and I used to do this a lot as a kid. And we were mildly considering buying the house, but just because there's a pond in the back. A little bit out of our price range though. So I'm gonna be kind of sad though if the pond's real good, but at the same time I won't because I didn't want to be broke. And we like our house, so. All right, enough about houses. Let's catch some damn fish and hopefully something big. One had it. That's a fish. Pulled it out of the weeds. Not a terrible one either. Hell yeah. That ain't bad. Felt like I was snagged almost. I didn't feel a bite. The only bites I got are on this side though. That ain't a bad one. I'll take that. Ain't a 5-pounder, but definitely a couple pounds. Pub bass. I was borderline falling asleep walking around this pond not getting bites, and then got a little bite right in front of me a couple times, and then threw a little farther down, just swimming the jig around the edge. We got ourselves a bass fish. Tell Kevin Van Dam to watch out. Stash Daddy's coming. Took him 25 minutes to catch one, but who's counting? Cool. New pond, didn't even know existed. Decent fish, fairly healthy, even though it's post-spawn, so he must have a decent amount of food. How does he smell? Smells like shit, but so does the water. And yeah, hybrid jig for the win. Discount code STASH. Pow. I'm gonna finish my lap, then I might go digging for a frog. Boo stole my damn frog, and I'm not sure where it went, so I don't have any weedless weedless topwaters, but I'll go double check. I have my whole bin of lures in there. Maybe there's one just kind of hidden, and yeah, I think we could really catch them on a frog, to be honest. I was throwing out in the center, and it seemed like a waste of time. I was throwing down the edges too, all the way around the pond, and that seemed like a waste of time too. I was considering leaving, but I'm also gonna retie. But yeah, on the board, decent fish on the old jig. Now we just gotta see what else we can get. Might do one more lap with another bass bait before I do the live bait cut bait thing, but yeah, we don't bass fish too much, so that was kind of fun. I feel like with any kind of fishing, you can do it too much. I feel like I've been kind of doing the shitty creek stuff a little bit too much, but that's what I really like to do. So to me, there is not too much. It's nice to take a little break in between though and catch some green carp, if you will. And yeah, nothing gets me happier than, well, topwater's the best, but giving him the beans with the bass jig is up there too. I didn't really get to give that one the beans though. He kind of just had it. He gave me the beans, if anyone gave anyone beans. And yeah, he was, oh my gosh, that one just slammed it. That was another decent one. Hit it on the fall. I was ripping it out of the weeds on that last one. It was just dead weight, but that one I actually felt it bite, so that was kind of nifty. Kinda nifty. All right, I gotta end this clip because it's 25-minute and sometimes I lose footage if I don't, so see ya. Hi. Did you guys see me catch a bass? Do I still have it? Did I lose it? Do I still have it? Is it still there? Is it things and stuff? Let's catch this one. All right, even though I think there's, well, I got 3 bites on this one little spot. Made about 15 casts and haven't got any more bites, so keep doing our lap. Maybe do another lap at least this way with a chatterbait or a Senko or something, and start trying to catch some live bait, see if we can't catch a kitty or a bass on a bluegill under a bobber. But yeah, that's the plan. See you there. We might have to make another lap. I don't think I was targeting close enough to the shore when I went around the first time, but there's another fish right there too. Calm down, bud. Angry little booger. Because that thing was right on the bank. Tiny, but good to see there's small ones too. Might be a healthy population, or there might not, I don't know. We got 2 pretty fast though. Not like as fast as I would have liked, because the first one took 25 minutes, but I mean, we've never been here before, so fish out of new places are cool. One more lap with a jig and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next, but keep trying this for now and go from there. How are you guys doing today? You guys doing good? Frog down in there. Hope you're having a swell evening, afternoon, morning, whatever the hell time it is when you're watching this. And yeah, I appreciate you watching this. But I'll shut up now, see if we can catch another, and then see if we can catch a kitty. Puppy house. Hell yeah. Hell yes. That's a good one. That is a good one. That dude smoked it. Oh. All right, kids, if you're watching this, you're right, this pond ain't bad. I mean, goo. Glad we did a lap around with a jig instead of like a Senko or something, because, I don't know, Senkos are just lame. To me, anyway. I mean, they catch fish, but they're just slower. I just have such a small brain and such a small attention span that Senkos can be hard for me to get down with, but sometimes they are the way to go. But if I can catch them on a jig, I literally already went down this stretch, didn't catch anything, came back through and caught 2, and I mean, that's gotta be a 3, right? Kind of a messed up tail, at least attempting to spawn at some point. Water temp's probably getting too warm now, and I probably could have caught that fish on a frog, but as I've stated numerous times, we don't have one. Small head though, big body. Signs of a healthy fish that grew fast. So yeah, maybe Boo and I'll have to come here sometime too. I don't know, if we keep catching bass like that, I don't know if I'm even gonna catfish. I got places that are better than this that I can go catfishing. They have flatheads and stuff. I mean, I've heard there's decent channels in here, but I don't know, we'll see. I still think I'm gonna probably try it before I head out, but I mean, if we keep catching bass like that, I don't see the need. I haven't made a bass fishing video forever. I like doing it once in a while. And swimming jigs down the side of the rocks, sticking fatties like that. I'll take that over some average sized channel cats any day of the week. He just slacklined it, and I actually got to stick that one. That one didn't hook himself. I stuck the small one too, but sticking a small one isn't as fun as sticking one like that. Don't take that the wrong way, boo. Not sure how you would, but it sounded kind of perverted when I said it. After I said it. Whilst I said it. Any hoodles. Not bad for a pond I didn't even know existed. But actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty sure maybe one time like 8 years ago, I might have fished this with old Tide Pig Patrol and we didn't catch shit. But I'm not sure if it's the same one. I think it might be, but I don't know. He used to take me to all sorts of ponds and stuff. I don't really fish any of them still. Well, actually the one pond that I bass fish at once in a while, he told me about, but. Any hoodles, reminiscing. Let's see if we can get a dam 5 on the dam hybrid yig and stuff. Oh, yes. Made it back around to where we got a few bites earlier and just missed another one. There was a big swirl too. For some reason they like hanging out here and there. All of that, not a single bite. Got right back over here and got smoked. So if we're gonna throw out live bluegill or cut bait or whatever, it's gonna be in this back spot. That was an awkward hook set, and that was not the same fish. That one felt like a damn bluegill. See that though? I popped my jig hard as shit and he couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it. That's how I caught the first one too. I popped it out of the weeds, and I think that's the smallest fish I've ever caught on a jig. But yeah, I popped it out of the weeds and just had that first one randomly. That one actually pulled back a little bit, but trying to get a reaction strike with a jig, because they definitely seem kind of picky. They definitely aren't the dumbest pond fish I've ever came across. The fish in Boo's family's, ex-farm pond. She has the same family, but they don't necessarily own the pond anymore. Not sure how to say that. Those fish are stupid. They're dumber than a box of rocks. These ones are kind of smart, or there's not a lot of them. I haven't quite decided, but there's at least 4 or 5, I know that. And the ones that I've caught are healthy, so. Crappie? Are you shitting me? I caught a crappie. Kind of a stunted little boy, and he's a little bit too big for live bait, but look how big his eyeballs are compared to the rest of his body. Must be overpopulated. That's kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to catch a crappie, and not a lot of these ponds have crappie. Usually just bluegill, bass, and catfish in good old Nebraska, but that was in fact a crappie. Not really what we wanted, and I mean, I guess we could fish with crappie cut bait. But the good thing about fishing with a little bluegill under a bobber, especially this time of year when the channels are spawning, you can get a channel cat or a bass. And fishing's a game of odds, you know, so if you can throw out a bait that you could get a bass or a catfish, and you're not picky like me, might as well, you know. Should I? It's kind of big. Just rig up a bobber quick. We'll put them on for now. Good thing about using live bait too is even though they got a giant hole in their back, I mean, technically you can still release them. I know I've caught plenty of fish that have a kind of a gash out of their back, and I'd imagine it's from them being put on a bobber, so that way you might survive. I suppose I should have probably rigged up my bobber first, but that's neither here nor there. All right, Mr. Bluegill, sorry it has to be like this. You're kind of big. I wish you were smaller, but if you don't get 8, I'll let you go. I mean, a 5-pound bass could eat that, but that bigger bass I caught just had an abnormally small head for its body. So this bluegill is probably pushing it even for the biggest bass that I caught. But who knows, Kitty might roll up in here and snatch her up, and yeah, we'll see. Eventually, before I leave, I am gonna put them over there in the spot that I got the most bites. For one, I got the most bites. Seems like the most big fish are over there. And there's less weeds. That's the other thing I was going for. So less weeds, more fish, but there's gotta be a bigger bass in here somewhere, you know? All right, I'm gonna try to fish for a smaller bluegill for like 10 minutes and we're switching to a Senko. Might do another lap with the bass jig too, I haven't decided, but we will figure it out and stuff. Something is murdering the bluegill. Moved it over to this side and got hit right away. That almost looks like a kitty. Come on, we need this. We need this. It's moving too fast to be a bass. Don't tell me he dropped it. Oh, I think he dropped it. Should have went for it. I just like to wait with the big live baits because you don't know if they have it in their mouth, but did you guys see that thing? Brought it over here and it happened right away. That thing just got mauled, absolutely mauled. I quit fishing for bait. Gonna have to re-rig a bait pole now, switch to a Senko. The Senko hasn't gotten touched, but that thing just got destroyed. He's still on there, but let's see if we got kitty marks or what. I don't know, but he's definitely looked better, and it looks like whatever it was just had his head right here. I'm not sure if it's picking it up on the camera, but definite marks. And he is still alive, but not really. He's seen better days. He's kind of wiggling, but mangled. Sun came out, bass fishing went to shit. I can't even get a bite on a jig anymore, which was working better than anything else. And yeah, honestly, if we were a little faster to that, I don't even think it would have helped, because it looks like it didn't even have the hook in its mouth from what I could tell. So it's kind of why I like the smaller ones too, is because when it goes down, they have a better chance of getting it, better chance of holding on to it, and better chance of having the hook in the mouth. And while that bite was intense and it sucks that I didn't catch it, I think I was potentially, maybe possibly screwed from the start. But bobber sat over there by the weeds for at least 20 minutes and did nothing. Brought it over here and made like 1 or 2 casts with a bass jig, and yeah, destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Poor bud. Poor bud. Alrighty, well, I spent about 10 or 15 minutes trying to catch another bluegill, and I didn't even catch any crappie. Poor bluegill bud, seen better days though. Throw him out there, whatever tried to eat him can come back and eat him if he wants to. At least he's sinking to the bottom, not floating like the other one I saw. But yeah, all in all, not bad. Nice little break from the creeks and stuff like that. And I kind of have to take a break from the creeks and stuff because it's been raining so damn much. And I don't know, I like bass fishing once a month. It's kind of fun. And I don't know, catching them on a jig's kind of fun too. And they're right next to shore, and it's kind of hand-to-hand combat or whatever people say. And yeah, I don't know. It was a good time. But if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Some people that actually live here came down here to fish. And I also am about to piss my pants. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of anybody ending a video because they're going to pee themselves, but if you haven't, now you have. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. Might come back with Boo, maybe try some cut bait. This is a spot that could have some really large channel kitties, so I don't know, worth a shot. Maybe some topwater stuff, who the hell knows. But yeah, sayonara, see you later. Stuff and things, bye.